are you all? I hope you all are doing good at your home. Class, we will continue our block 9, that is fertilization and seed dispersal. Okay? Yesterday we had finished our first topic, that is fertilization. I hope you all are clear about fertilization, right? Now come to the second topic, that is flower to fruit. Class, be ready with your essentials, okay? Now, we will discuss about our last topic, okay? We will discuss our recap questions. Our question number 1 is, why does a pollen grain form a pollen tube? Answer me. Why does a pollen grain form a pollen tube? Your answer will be, after the pollen grains or when pollen grains stick on the stigma, they develop a pollen tube. Who will develop pollen tube? Pollen grains will develop pollen tube that carries male cells to the ovary by the help of histyle. Okay? This is the reason why pollen grains form a pollen tube. Clear? Now come to the second question. What is fertilization? Tell me, what is fertilization? Your answer will be, when male cells fuse with female cells, or you can say when male cells merge with female cells, then it is known as fertilization. Clear? Last topic clear? Now come to today's topic. Our aim will be what? Our aim will be to explain the process of fruit formation after fertilization in flower. Today we will learn about the process of fruit formation after fertilization of flowers. Okay? Our keywords. What are our keywords? Our keywords are ovary, ovule and pericarp. Okay? Now we will discuss our activity, right? In today's activity, we will learn how a flower changes into a fruit after fertilization. Okay? Firstly, answer me, which part of the flower becomes a seed? I hope you know this, right? Which part of the flower changes into a seed? Your answer will be ovules. Ovules is the part of a flower that changes into a seed. Okay? Come to the next question. Which part of the flower becomes the fruit? Tell me. Your answer will be ovary. Ovary is the part of flower that changes into a, fruit. Clear? Now, this is the question of the day. Your question of the day is, name the layers of pericarp. The answer of this question you will know in this video. Okay? Listen the video carefully. You will get the answer. Okay? Okay. Let us discuss our activity. In this picture, you can see apple fruit is shown here, right? This is the process of fertilization in an apple fruit, right? In first picture you can see a fertilized fruit, right? Next, this fertilized fruit convert into second picture, right? In this picture, ovary begins to swell up, okay? And next, petals wither. Do you know what is the meaning of wither? Wither means they dry up. Petals dry up. Okay? In next picture you can see ovary changes to form fleshy fruit. Right? And then this fleshy fruit gets bigger. By this process, fertilization is carried out. Okay? This is the example of apple fruit. In this example or in this figure, you can see that a fertilized fruit is converted into a fruit, bigger fruit, right? Class, pause the video and see the picture carefully. Okay? Now I will ask questions based upon these pictures. Okay? Pause the video and see the picture carefully. Then come forward. Now answer me. What is the order to show the journey of apple from fertilized flower to fruit? If you have to give the order of the journey of apple from fertilized flower to fruit, then what you will say? You will say that firstly we will take fertilized fruit, then ovary of that fruit begins to swell, right? And the petals present in that ovary or in that fruit that fruit will dry up or wither. Okay? Then ovary changes to form a fleshy fruit. What will happen next? Then fruits gets bigger. Bigger fruit is obtained, right? Come to the next one. Answer me. Which part of the flower has changed to make flesh of the apple? Do you know which part of flower changed to make flesh of apple? The flesh of the apple is made from the swollen ovary. Okay? From this what you have understood? That petals, sepals and stamen of a flower wither and fall off after some time, right? And ovule will change into seed, right? And ovary, what happened to the ovary? Ovary swells up to form fleshy and juicy fruit, right? Now we will discuss our generalized questions. Okay? Now tell me, what happened to flowers after fertilization? Do you know what happens to flowers after fertilization? Think about it firstly. Your answer will be like the petals, sepals and stamens become dry and fall off. In the place of dry, you can use word wither. The petals, sepals and stamen become wither and fall off. Okay? In this picture you can see sepals are withered, right? First picture is of bottle gourd. Second picture is of pumpkin. In this picture you can see that petals, sepals are withered off, right? Some of the plants like tomatoes, strawberries and brinjal, they do not wither their sepals. Okay? Their sepals remain attached with the fruit. This you can see in the next picture. In this picture, you can see that sepals are not withered. First picture is of brinjal, right? And second picture is of tomato. In this picture you can see sepals are not withered. Sepals are present with the fruit, right? But in the last picture you can see sepals are withered, right? Sepals are dried and they are not present with the fruit, right? By this it is clear that in the flowers of some plants like tomatoes, strawberries and brinjal, I am repeating, in flowers of some plants like tomatoes, strawberries, brinjal, the sepals do not wither or the sepals do not dry up but remain attached to the fruit. Okay? Like in this picture you can see. Okay? First one is brinjal and second one is tomato. You can see sepals are not withered, right? They are attached with the fruit. But in the flowers of some plants like bottle gourd, like bitter gourd, like pumpkin, the sepals wither out. They do not remain attached with the fruit. Clear? This is what happens to the flowers after fertilization. Okay. And after fertilization, first point that you have learned is that petals, sepals and stamens become dry and fall off. Right. And after this, the ovaries gradually swell up. Right. And become fleshy to form a fruit. Right. As you already know that ovary changes into what? Ovary changes into fruit. Right. When flowers are fertilized, then ovary gradually swells up and becomes fleshy to form the fruit. Clear? And what happened to the ovules? The ovules change to form the seed. Clear? Now it is clear to all of you that what happens to the flowers after fertilization, right? Now you can see in this figure also, in this slide you can see petals, sepals and stamen wither and fall off. Clear? And ovule is converted into seeds, right? And ovary, what happens to the ovary? Ovary swells up to form fleshy and juicy fruit. This all will happen to flowers after fertilization. Clear? Now, come to the next question. Which are the different things you can see in a fruit? In a fruit, you can see different things, right? What are these different things? You can see in this picture also. What are the part of a fruit that you can see here? You can see seed and pericarp, right? If question is asked that what are the different things you can see in a fruit or what are the parts of a fruit, then you will say parts of a fruit are seeds and pericarp. Clear? What are seeds? Seeds is the fertilized ovule. Note down. The seed is the fertilized ovule. Okay? And what is pericarp? Pericarp is the ripened ovary. Okay? Ripened means matured ovary. Clear? The pericarp has 3 layers. What are the names of these layers? The outer is skin, the middle fleshy and juicy part, and the innermost layer that covers the seed. I am repeating. The 3 layers of pericarp are the innermost layer that surrounds the seed. Okay? And the middle layer is what? Middle layer is that generally makes up the flesh of the fruit. Clear? And third one is the outer layer of that pericarp. It is known as also skin of the fruit. Clear? If the question is what are the different things that you can see in a fruit or what are the different parts of a fruit, then you will answer different parts of fruits are seed and pericarp. Seed is the fertilized ovule, right? And pericarp is the ripened ovary. And pericarp, what about pericarp? Pericarp has 3 layers. The outer skin, the middle fleshy and juicy part, and the innermost layer that covers the seed. Clear? Now, come to the higher order thinking questions. Okay? Your question is, why does the ovary of most fruits become fleshy and juicy? Pause the video and think about it. Why does the ovary of most fruits become fleshy and juicy? Your answer will be the ovary of most fruits become fleshy and juicy so that the humans and animals get attracted towards the fruit. Right? When the fruits are fleshy and juicy, then humans and animals both are attracted towards the fruit, right? Because humans and animals eat fleshy and juicy fruits, right? That's why they are attracted towards the fruit. Okay? Your second point may be the seeds are generally thrown away. When we eat apple or we eat mango, we throw the seeds of them, right? By this process, seeds of the plant, this helps the seeds of the plant to spread in different places, which is helpful in what? When we throw the seeds of different fruits in different places, this is helpful in what? This is helpful in pollination. Clear? So are you clear why ovary of most fruits become fleshy and juicy? Any confusion? Now come to the homework part. Your homework is you have to complete S2 in your workbook, right? And you have to complete PQ 3 and 4 in your notebook. In your first notebook you have to complete, okay? Yesterday, some of you have confusion in your homework. Do you want to complete your homework in second notebook? Listen to me carefully. If your first notebook is filled, then only you can complete your homework in second notebook, okay? Otherwise, take your first notebook or workbooks or any other essentials by school, okay? And start doing your homework. Clear? Now, shall we revise what we have learned today? What happened after fertilization? Think about it. What happens after fertilization? After fertilization, in most flowers, the petals, sepals and stamens wither or dry up and usually fall off. But in some plants like tomatoes, strawberries and brinjal, the sepals do not wither but remain attached to the fruit, right? What is the work of ovary? The ovary of the flower swells to form a fruit, right? And what is the work of ovules? Think about it firstly. What is the work of ovules? The ovules change to form seeds of different colors and sizes, right? Now tell me, a fruit has two important parts. What are they? The important parts of fruit are seed and the pericarp. What is seed? The seed is the fertilized ovule, right? And what is pericarp? Pericarp is the ripened ovary. The pericarp has 3 layers that we had discussed already. What are these layers? The outer skin, the middle fleshy and juicy part, and the innermost layer that covers the seed. Clear? Bye bye class. Take care.